Hi guys, Spencer with the Dollars here. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about tournament bans. I think we need to ban some people from tournaments, or at least it would be nice. So guys, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see that sometimes I like to do themed tournaments. This week's themed tournament was no common cards in the decks, right? So we thought this was going to be a lot of fun, and sometimes it was, but I would say about 50 of 200 people were cheating and they were just using commons. They did not care. And I think a way that we can fix this is a way that we can fix some of the other things, some of the things that Chief Pat's talked about very easily. So I'm going to talk you through some of the things which I think we need to do to fix some of these problems, okay? Now, the first main problem is nothing to do with that, is the tournament password. I know I'm not the only one. When you set up a tournament, the default is to password off. I think the default should be password on. If you accidentally start the tournament without clicking password on, it fills instantly and not with the people that you want. So especially if you're like live streaming or you want to release it to your clan or to Twitter, you can literally waste everything just with a bunch of people that you don't know. I know it's happened to Eclipse, it's happened to a bunch of other people, it's happened to me. So, number one, I think we need to have tournament password set default to on. Please set it to on so that people don't waste their money. Now, how can we deal with people not being able to use legendaries or whatever cards you want if you are the proprietor, the person who set up the tournament? Now, I don't know if you watched Chief Pat's video, he had some things to say about tournaments, most of which I agree with, and I think we can solve some of those things simply by being able to, the person who starts a tournament should be able to ban people. You should be able to pick a person and kick them out and also ban them. Now, one thing that we can't do, which a lot of people have tweeted me, there is no way you would be able to accept a situation where you can ban somebody during the tournament, once the tournament has started. Otherwise, you can just ban the top person if you're in second, and then immediately you become first place and you get all the cards, and that would cause a riot. Can you imagine how many emails Supercell would be getting over something like that? So no, you definitely can't do that. But I think in the prep time, you should be able to ban whoever you want, and you can choose whether it's ban this tournament or lifetime ban from all your tournaments. After all, you are the person who's paying the money for the tournament. You should be able to have in there whoever you want. So if you want to ban certain people, you should be able to do it. A little bit like a clan. I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't be like a clan. At the moment, the person who spends the money has literally no control over who comes into his tournament. Now, this would mean that I could do a no legendaries tournament. Anybody who broke the rules, they would get a lifetime ban from my tournaments, and eventually people would get the idea, and I'd like to think you could make rules in tournaments without having to have a little box. I know people want a little box where you can say no legendaries or whatever. I think that becomes too complicated. I don't think that'll work, and I don't think it's something that Supercell would ever do. But this banning thing, I think that they would do. And so I definitely think they should do it. So Supercell, if you're watching, please fix this. Now, guys, this was me. I did not succumb to pressure. I did not put any commons into my deck on the no commons tournament. And people were doing this on purpose, by the way, because it comes up in the top of the screen. No commons. That was the name of the tournament. So people weren't doing this by accident. We all remember Biku YouTube. By the way, he was in this tournament and he was behaving himself. I'm glad to see Biku YouTube doing well. And he was playing by the rules. But Manuel here, Manuel was not. I mean, how many commons does Manuel need to use in a no commons tournament? But poor old Manuel, I beat him with the no commons. That's so shameful. If you're going to cheat and then you still don't win, that's pretty embarrassing, Manuel. So I did beat Manuel. This was the deck I decided to use. It was quite a lot of fun, actually, using the mirror. It's something that I have been trying later in my trophies. I'm going to try and figure out how to use the mirror a bit more often. Mirroring the miner is fun. Mirroring the goblin barrel is fun. Mirroring the lumberjack's even more fun. So I did have a lot of fun with this deck, and this is why I kind of like these themed tournaments, and I just wish we could do them. So till further notice, guys, if you follow me on Twitter, I won't be doing any themed tournaments, at least not ones which I invite everybody on Twitter into, because people get so angry when people don't stick to the rules, and I just don't think it's fair. But that's Manuel going down. Let's have a look what actually happened, the outcome to this tournament. I can't do a full breakdown video of this tournament because most of the people were cheating. But something interesting that did happen, Will OB, who was not cheating, Will was using the following deck, you'll see it over there, and he was going to win this tournament. He was genuinely going to beat everybody. He didn't lose any battles until right at the end. He was beating everybody who was using common cards, and look at that, he's using 4 legendaries, which isn't always a good idea. Legendaries, okay, they're good, but using 4 of them at once and no common cards is very, very difficult. And he was beating everyone. Look at the name of it. There it is. There's the name. No commons ends in 1 hour, or whatever it said. So it's not like people could say that they didn't know. They definitely did know. So here we go. Let's take a look at a battle. Willoughby has climbed up to number 4, and he didn't join until sort of later on. He didn't start at the very beginning. He wasn't losing at all. And I watched this battle. This was versus Jeremy YC. I'm glad it's not Jeremy YT. I'm glad he isn't a YouTuber who's going to use common cards. Now, what I think he was trying to do was to hide his common cards and only use them if he actually needed them to win. So they could maybe get away with it. So let's just watch what he's doing here. So we've got Willoughby. He's using a fireball, weakening up all of these cards that are coming towards him. This Mini P.E.K.K.A. he needs to get rid of that. Mini P.E.K.K.A. easily dealt with by these guards, especially after softening it up with a fireball. Guards on the other side, so it looks so far so good, like nobody's going to cheat. We already know that Will isn't going to cheat. By the way, I got to admit, guys, I did kick a couple of people from the other Lost Phoenix clans who did think Can't Beat Them join them. They did put common cards into their decks, so I had to kick them out. Sad day for everyone. Okay, here we go. So here goes the Hound. Now, I now do have the Hound. I don't like using it because I think it's boring, but it is a good card, especially if somebody's attacking down one lane and you send the Hound down the same lane. All the ranged troops are distracted, and you can just work your way down the lane, killing everything. Kill everyone! Literally everybody destroyed. And there he goes. He's made it to the tower. And even though he was using the same tactic every single time, he was beating everyone. And everybody who was playing fair in this tournament was hoping that somebody like Will, who was playing by the rules, would win. And he did. I got to tell you guys, he did. That was me screenshotting, by the way. He did eventually get into first place, beating the commons users. But unfortunately, in the last few battles, he started to have internet problems. People thought he was just rage quitting and just didn't want to play anymore. He was having internet problems, and he started to lose, and he was dropping back down the rankings. It was so devastating. I'm screenshotting again because he's using his Zap. Now, everybody wants to use a Zap. Of all the common cards that people want to use, I would say Zap is the one that everybody wants to use, guys. So he had his spare Zap. He was hiding it there just in case he needed it. He has taken the tower, look. And look at that. So he's got the tower down, and this doesn't look good for Will right now. But he has, look how many cards he's got down. You can tell right now he's in a better position. He's got many cards down. He's sending his Hound, which means, oh, he hasn't got it. He hasn't got the Hound down in time, which means the Musketeer has started attacking the tower. I can't remember what the outcome of this battle was. Was this one of the ones at the end? Oh, luckily, so he's distracted the princess using the Hound. The poison, bit of a waste of time. It is going to kill that princess at the back, and it is going to do a bit of damage to the tower. But unfortunately, he might have been better off saving that poison for when this Hound explodes, because it looks like Mayday, Mayday. This tower's going down, and it's going to be a will. It's going to be a will for Willoughby. No, it's going to be a win for Willoughby. Jeremy, why did you have to do that? So guys, we had a lot of fun in this tournament. I'm sorry to say I can't do it. I can't do any more of these. Look how big the writing is that says no commons. Oh, so devastatingly bad. I was screenshotting again. Look, Willoughby up to third. Guys, he did make it into first, but he didn't win. But guys, you can follow me on Twitter. I will still be doing tournaments. I just won't be putting any special rules because when people break them, everyone else gets really frustrated, and I get a lot of abuse on Twitter. People sending screenshots of people breaking the rules, and people get really cross. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of my suggestions for the tournament. Do you think that'll fix most of the problems? I think it's pretty good. Let me know also if you guys have any suggestions. Maybe we can discuss that in a future episode. But I'll be back tomorrow. You guys take care. Send everyone